Good morning, Maya are back. Here's the plan. Swimming pool. Got the swimming pool crew in. Perimeter walls, they'll keep going around the property. Inside the house, two things. They will be removing all of the braces, the supports, in the ground floor. That's now been 30 days plus, I think. So those braces will be coming out. Upstairs, they'll be removing the runners, which are the base forms, the metal base forms they were using below all of the roof beams. They will be then replacing the bracing to support that for a little bit longer. What could possibly go wrong? We'll start the week here at the back of the pond. The cutting, digging and hacking crew has grown. Before Christmas it was, generally speaking, only 2 or 3 guys. Now we've got, at least 4, possibly 5, maybe even 6. So they will continue to dig along here, creating the trenches, the holes for the footings, to prepare to get the wall going along this way. There's going to still be quite a big crew on this perimeter wall this week. It's a short week. There's only 4 working days, including today, and then they will have a 3-day break for New Year. So they're going to continue to put a lot of focus here, a little bit inside the house, but not a lot. There's not too much point, I think, in starting inside the house when there's going to be a 3-day weekend. So down here, let's have a look. String line still in place. They've started to put metal rebar in the ground to just highlight where they've got to be. In fact, highlight where the footings are going to be. But here we go. 4 or 5 guys. And we'll go and have a look from the other side of the pond to see how they're getting on with the wall that's already there. Before we head over there, if you can make out the string line, it heads that way. Now it is being disturbed a little bit right now by the workers behind us, but basically it goes between the 2 sets on either side of banana plants. So I think, as I said before Christmas, I think there may not be a lot more removal of foliage and trees and gunk. They might be pretty much ready to go straight down there. This is looking again from, or at, the north wall. Forms coming off. So where we left it before Christmas, there were about 5 sections that did not yet have the tie beam at the top completed. In fact, at the moment, some of that still has no rebar, and it also obviously needs then the forms to be put on. So there's still quite a little bit of work to do there. They'll get that done this week, and then they'll be heading around the corner. Well, here at the swimming pool, the pump's obviously not been running for the last 3 days. There's been no rain of any consequence, but there is absolutely more water here than there was when they broke up. So hopefully they can get the pump working again. For right now, they're working at the other end of the pool. 3 guys, this is the dedicated pool team. So the wet feet brigade, not necessarily getting their feet wet today, if they're going to continue to work only at this end. Here we go. The braces coming out. Advance Happy New Year, Webb. The braces coming out. There will be no more temporary support by the end of this week, maybe by the end of today. So, as far as I'm aware, all of these braces are coming out downstairs. Right, once the braces are all out, that's pretty much job done downstairs for this week. They're not going to start working on walls. I think there's not much point doing that with a 4-day work week. So once the braces are out, I think the only other job down here that may happen before Christmas is a bit more cleanup. I think they will be doing that maybe just before New Year, or it might even be immediately after. Upstairs, a lot of crashing and banging going on up here. Basically, the aim is to remove all of these runner beams, these base forms, and then put back the braces. So that's going to be done all around the upper floor here. And again, I think that's going to be a relatively quick job. I'm not sure if it'll all be done in a day, but fairly quick, I think. Well, I came here to get a look at the pups. I'm not sure if you can make this out. Different wildlife. Hopefully you can see that. Rather surprised he hasn't run off. Too busy feeding. But the pups are still in there. Still 5, so they've all made it so far. I have no idea where the larger litter are. Mum keeps moving them all over the place. We might have to see them at some point during the day. It's early afternoon and we have something new in the swimming pool. The first tie beams going in the base. So, as you can see, they've dug out at least a couple of the trenches, going from front to back, and they've started digging down this way. So we will end up with all of these columns connected by tie beams, which definitely should give it some strength. Downstairs, with the exception of right in front of me and a little bit over on this side of the house, the front of the house, most of the braces have now come down. Upstairs, looking different. Most of the runner beams, the supports, are gone. They have not yet put back any of the bracing. So I wonder whether I misunderstood that. We might find out by the end of the day, or possibly tomorrow. North wall, very nearly done. Forms in place for all of the remaining tie beam, all the remaining top parts of the columns. Not yet poured the concrete, so just a little more to do. And now, for the first time, we have genuine work going on the back wall, the west facing wall. Not been able to say that before. They've started on the west wall. So the columns going in, bracing going in, and we'll go down the other end and see how far they've got with clearing a path for the rest of it. Man is on landscaping duty, flattening out all of this area where the huge tree stump was removed. He's already been working a little bit more on this side. So I think all of this will ultimately get a little bit flatter than it is now. Yeah, I've been busy. They've dug out whatever wasn't dug out here before. They have some of the columns ready to go in. They've put a little bit of gravel in down where they are now, where they're putting columns in right as we speak. Take your dizzy pills. And more going on down here. And yeah, they are managing so far to go in between the remaining trees. We've got just over 5 minutes to go until the end of the day. And on this corner, these last 2 runner beams are the final ones to come out. I'm not sure if they'll be out tonight. If not, first thing tomorrow. Downstairs, just having a look around, almost all of the supports are out. The only area that I can see that still has them is here. where they added the balcony area. So I'm guessing that maybe has a little more time to come, or that'll be tomorrow as well. These last sections on the north wall, I think they probably still have not been poured yet, the top tie beam. But where they have been busy is heading back along this west wall, where there's now a lot more columns in the ground, a lot more of the footings in the columns, a lot more gravel. They are probably halfway across the back of the fish pond. We'll go and see what it looks like at the other end. So this is looking from the other side, and they have kept digging and digging and digging, and we are right down to where you can see over there. And yes, so far no more trees coming out, or tree stumps. I still think, actually I think that some of these on the left will probably come out. It is just too close to the wall, and so both from the point of view of them actually building the wall and the roots, although I think banana tree roots don't spread that far, I think for those two reasons these trees on the left side will come out. The bell did go while we were filming those last 2 or 3 clips, so everyone's heading out. Here at the swimming pool, I don't think there was any more digging went on, or not much anyway, but clearly they have got a lot more rebar in for base tie beams. So that, I imagine, will be the continuing focus tomorrow, to get more of that done as they head down towards the deep end, where it clearly gets substantially more difficult. They did have the pump running. I'm not sure it's made a whole heap of difference, but they're going to be working in water again pretty soon. But that's the day. Day 93. Is that right? 94? Oh well, one of those. Quite a bit more progress, visible progress here at the pool. Quite a bit of visible, although relatively minor progress inside the house for the first time in several days, with the removal of a lot of that support structure, and a lot of progress over at the back of the property with the wall. Tomorrow, I guess there'll be a little more of the same inside the house, if only just to remove those last remaining couple of top beam supports, the runner beam supports upstairs, and then there may just be a little bit more tidy up inside, and that may be it until after New Year. We'll have to wait and see. But day's done. See you tomorrow.